Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today in this video I will be going over my top 6 favorite foundations for darker skin tones. So I do have a lot of foundations. The ones that I'm going to be talking about today are on the higher range side, but I'll probably make another video about drugstore foundations that I love. I usually just tend to lean towards like the higher end only because there's a larger range of shades for women of darker skin tones, so that's my main reason. I didn't buy these all at the same time. I did purchase them over the years, and from frequent use of using them all the time, I learned to pick which ones I truly love and which ones are not that great. But the ones I'm going to be talking about today are the ones I absolutely truly love. So we're going to get started into this video. There's no particular order in the foundations that I'm going to be talking about. I'm just going to talk about them as I have them laying right here next to me. So we will start. So the first foundation I'm going to be talking about is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation, and I recently purchased this probably about 2 months ago. I was trying out some different Makeup Forever products, and I do really like this. I wear this in the color R520, and it does range for about $43. So it is a little bit on the pricier side, but it is absolutely worth it. This is a great foundation. I do use this more for when I'm going out. Sometimes I will wear it for work, depending on if I know I'm gonna have to, wear makeup for a long period of time. It's definitely like a medium coverage, but you can definitely make this into a full coverage foundation. I use this with my Artiste brushes. I've also used it, with my Sigma brushes and my Beauty Blender. But it is a very, very, very nice foundation. I usually always set this though with powder, just because I always have like oily skin anyway, so my skin has to be set with powder, but this is a really great foundation. So I'm going to be talking about the next foundation, which is the Kat Von D Lock It Tattoo foundation, and I wear it in the color Deep 74. This retails for about $35. Now this foundation is super full coverage. If you want something to just cover up everything, like every mark, every blemish on your skin, this is the one. It does say that it's a 24-hour wear, that it's transfer resistant, which it's not. I say that only because I feel like with any foundation, eventually it's going to start coming off. So this one, it's still very good. It's a good foundation, but it does tend to transfer as the day goes on. It's definitely a matte finish. And it is super pigmented. Now the only thing with this foundation is that you have to be careful with how much you use. A little bit goes a long way. I usually use this with my Beauty Blender. I haven't used this with my Artiste brushes yet, but I usually mainly use this with my Beauty Blender only because I want to make sure that I don't look super cakey, because that's how pigmented this can be. So yeah, this is definitely, it's a good foundation. I really like it. The color matches my skin perfectly, and I definitely recommend this foundation if you're looking for a very full coverage foundation. On to my favorite everyday foundation. It's not a liquid, it is a powder. This is my Studio Fix Plus Powder Foundation in the color NW45, and this retails for about $27. Now, this is what I use every day. I usually don't wear a lot of liquid foundations on a daily basis. I like wearing my liquid sometimes to work. I will wear them always when I'm going out, or if I know I'm going to be wearing makeup for a long period of time. But if I'm on the run and if I want to wear like a little tiny bit of makeup, this is my one to go to. It's very pigmented. It matches my skin color perfectly. It's not super expensive, $27 compared to like my $43 like makeup foundation over there. But this is really great. So I'll use this with, like a powder puff. I'll use it with my powder brushes. If I'm in a hurry, like sometimes I'll just like pat it into the areas I know I just want to just look a little bit, lightened up in the morning. So I do use this as my everyday work and everyday just going out foundation, and I really love this foundation. It is definitely great, and it does come in a variety of colors. MAC is probably one of my favorite darker skin tone lines. MAC, Lancome, and Makeup Forever, because their selection of colors is so wide and it's just really great, especially like if you're looking for the darkest of dark or even like the lightest of light. They have all colors that you need. My next foundation I'm going to be talking about is the Marc Jacobs Genius Gel Foundation, and I wear this in the color 84 Cocoa Medium. I like this foundation. It's not, I wouldn't say it's like a holy grail, but it's definitely a very nice everyday type of foundation. If you're looking for like a light medium coverage, it's supposed to be, you know, like oil free. It is, I'd say it's definitely oil free. I don't get super oily with this foundation, but I don't really reach for this one as much as my others. But I included this in my top 6 because the color selection is great of this as well. I really like the coverage, definitely like a satin finish, like light medium type. And it does retail for, this foundation retails for $48. So it still is a little bit more on the pricier side, but the color matches my skin perfectly. If I pair this with like a powder foundation or something else, like to make my skin tone look very natural, this is the one I'm gonna go for. Okay, so my all-time favorite summer and like hot weather foundation is definitely my Makeup Forever Face and Body. This one retails for about $43, and I wear this in the color number 44. I love this foundation for hot weather. I mean, of course you can still always wear something with this consistency. This is super light, a very light consistency. So if you're looking for something full coverage, this is not gonna be the one for you. This is more for like if you have like normal skin, combination skin, and you just want something, you know, that looks super natural, that doesn't cover everything but covers enough. So that's the reason why I reach for this more when it gets hot outside. I wore this all summer last year. This is my favorite face and body type of foundation. So last but not least, I'm going to be talking about probably my holy grail. One of my holy grail foundations besides the Makeup Forever HD is my Lancome. People always talk about this one. The Lancome Teint Idole Ultra 24-Hour Foundation. I have it in 2 colors. The reason why is because I get lighter in the winter and darker in the summer. So I didn't buy them both at the same time. These 2 retail for about $47 each. So I did buy them at different times. So initially I bought this one during the summer, but this is in the color 530 Suede. It's a little bit darker because in the summertime I do get darker. And the other color that I wear now during the winter is 500 Suede, so it is a little bit lighter. But I absolutely love this foundation. This is definitely, I don't believe that any foundation is ever 24 hours. I believe that after a period of time that you wear your foundation, it will eventually, you know, start to either like fade away or like transfer, you know, like whatever, like what usually happens. This one does last a long time though. I will wear this to work sometimes because I work 13-hour shifts. So I wear this to work sometimes and my face still looks exactly the same as how it did in the morning. It's definitely a medium coverage, but it is buildable if you are looking for a full coverage foundation. A wide change of ranges of colors for this foundation too. That's another reason why I love Lancome. They have different colors from the lightest to the darkest, and I absolutely love that. And it is good for the summertime because it does have sunscreen, so that helps also in the summertime. But sometimes with certain sunscreen foundations, it kind of does tend to like make your face a little bit oily, but this one doesn't. This one is like absolutely amazing. If I probably had to pick between my top 6, this would probably be my number 1. I absolutely love this foundation. I do wear this as my like usual when I go out with friends or just going out in general. I usually reach for this one. That is my complete list of my top 6 favorite foundations. I hope that you really enjoyed this video. If you want any, you know, more in-depth reviews about any of the foundations I discussed, just please let me know in the comments. But yes, so please subscribe and like this video, and until next time, I will see you again.